your Week 2 Wisconsin Esports Conference Overwatch match tonight with your Ripon Redhawks versus MSOE Raiders JV. It is I, your volunteer assistant coach, Patrick McConnell, here with
Coach Sauter.
There we are. We're back. We were supposed to do this Tuesday night. We had to move it. It's all right. We're still here. Anyways, we are getting set up for our game. It's going to take me a hot minute because I have to do a whole bunch of stuff on the slide real quick here. Slide? Fly. I meant on the fly. Because we had to do a thing before we came up to get into our match because there was collusion and there was scheming. And my fantastic wife, who I love very, very much, got a hold of Coach Sauter this morning and set up a surprise birthday cake bit for me because it is my 40th birthday today. So
I thought it was your 24th.
Let's not pretend like
Okay,
that.
okay.
It's not worth it. So thank you, Coach Sauter.
Of course.
And the team for a lovely birthday surprise. Very, very happy for it.
Least we could do for all that you do for our awesome program here. So
that is tonight's match. That is a blank match progression screen. Let's fix that. You know, I feel like I said it in the preseason that nobody wants to see how you make laws or sausage, and here I am just butchering away. There we go. Okay. I think I caught up on everything. As long as I have the right match progress. I do have the right match progress. Yes, I do. Okay. So, where are we at? I don't know where we're at. We are at everybody getting in the lobby.
Yep. Everyone's in the lobby. Going through bands.
I can snag a roster for MSOE Raiders Esports. Maybe. These guys have a roster online. I don't see one. Ethan Sledge is waving at us. We congratulate Ethan Sledge on over 100 victories and only 2 losses in EA Sports FC 26.
Pretty impressive.
It's super impressive.
To go 102.
I can't win 100 straight.
No. Nope. I don't ever have anything, actually.
We do have the video of his 100th win up on our chunked real quick. There we go. We do have the video of Ethan's win, 100th win, up on our YouTube channel. It's going to look very confusing because it doesn't actually finish and say you've won. Instead, it says you're no longer connected with your opponent because Ethan's opponent just quit.
Yep. Not the first time that's happened to Ethan this season in FIFA, so.
That's right. Mom Biscuits, thanks so much for joining us in the chat tonight. Actually, while I've got the opportunity, I'm going to, because we've got a stream delay, we're going to get a how do we sound in from Mom Biscuits. We're going to chat in real time, but talk to you from the past. You know, that's how that works, right? I think that's how that works.
Yep.
Stream delay, but chat is live.
Yep.
Sound good. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mom Biscuits. Always appreciated. I feel like something got changed in the Overwatch settings. And I am not. Yeah. This window, and it's not. Bothers me. Apply. Because it makes it a lot harder for me to get out over
there you go.
to OBS when it's like that. So now that's fixed. All right. Fantastico.
Yep.
Here is where we are at this evening. This is the rescheduled game from this Tuesday. It is the Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders JV squad, which is going to be comprised of, according to gamer tags I see on my screen, Rebel 5611, Potato Person, Tail Spear, Squish Cat, and Blix. Those are easy gamer tags to say tonight. I appreciate MSOE's players or easy to say gamer tags. That's not always the case. Who will be, of course, facing our fantastic Overwatch squad of Pogade Jr., Biskies, Cheese 1107, Premier Rank, and CEO of Anarchy. And we are looking like we're almost through bands. I see Nepal up as our map selection. All my audio is good. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure I
Yep.
wasn't dumping out Overwatch sounds twice over because that would be annoying. Patrick, your volume is off. Uh-oh. You say my volume is off. Is that any better? Please let me know. I appreciate you saying something, Ethan said. You guys make it easy. I love that.
Yep. He's that.
Exactly who I'm talking to. Makes my life so much easier. Let's see if we. Where are we going, guys? I see some chatting.
Just to recap our Smash competition last night against NTC, we had Ruby kick off the first match, and Ruby took 11 of their team's 12 stocks, with Connor coming in as the anchor to take off one stock. And we had an awesome match. Really, really strong start by Ruby. Great to have her as a co-captain in Smash. And then the next match, we had Sam start as Min Min, and he also was able to take 11 of the team's 12 stocks. And Connor came in as the anchor again. So really great to see that program develop, grow, where Connor was at the start of the year versus where he is now. He's just made tremendous progress. Sam as well. I mean, to get 11 stocks right off, not bad.
Not
Not
bad
too
at all.
bad. Not bad at all. And then in other exciting news, we have the WEC Summit Invitational for Smash Bros. Two players could be nominated. One player was guaranteed, so I nominated both of our captains, Ruby and Ethan. And both Ethan and Ruby were able to get accepted, so that competition will happen down in Milwaukee at the WEC Summit on March 17th, also St. Patrick's Day. So looking forward to going down there with those two, and hopefully some more of our Smash players will be able to come on in.
That is the hope. Thank you very much, Ethan Sad, for chiming in on audio settings again. It is this happened the last time we did this double mic setup. Bisky says fix the title. I did. Oh, sorry, Biskies. I forgot to click save. Hang on. Hang on. It's my fault. Blame me. Okay. I just saved it, so it should update for anybody else coming in. I apologize for that. And also go do your job and play the game. Why are you listening to our own stream? All right. I just cranked up my microphone. Not sure it's going to do any good, but we will see. There is just something about when we put two microphones on this rig that mine always ends up being low, which is probably a good thing because I'm loud to begin with. So I will try to speak clearly into the microphone and use my best radio voice and project. And we are in. The map is Nepal, and we will be looking to capture a point, and I just totally zoned out that I need to be aiming a camera. Let's go grab our folks. It should be over here as soon as they choose their characters. Okay. Housekeeping. Best of 5 match this evening. So we have potential of at least, it's going to be at least 3 games, but a potential of 5 games total this evening. down my headset volume. Please let us know if the gunfire is too loud this evening. We're going to get rolling in 10 seconds here. This is a control map up first, and our squad will head out to meet MSOE and try and capture the first point, which is right inside this building here. The gray is what we're after. MSOE coming around the corner with Reinhardt and Mizuki. And the teams have chosen 2 separate hallways to run around the control point from. Always a good start. Rebel 5611 is down. CEO of Anarchy is down. Premier Rank taking some hits. Premier Rank needs to get back in by the support. He does so. Thank you very much, Premier Rank. And MSOE has captured the point and is putting points on the board as we speak. We're going to need to see the Raiders cleared out entirely before we're able to get back on point and finish up our own capture work. And let's jump on. Oop, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I wanted that one. I'm going to ride us along with title captain Caden Pongade Jr. Hardy for just a moment here. He is going to be playing tank this evening for the squad. That may get shifted in later setups, later rounds. But his job is just to soak up as much damage as possible. He is currently down, did not have support on his back to make sure that he could heal. And that is what you see Bisky's doing right there, playing a support character, trying to heal up Premier Rank and Cheese 1107. The action is in this corner, and I don't remember where all the columns are on the maps, so I keep running into them. Mom Bisky says I am still low. I apologize. I will do my best. I have cranked up everything I can think of to crank up. And you want to switch? Hang on a second, folks. All right, we're going to try this. Since I do the majority of the talking during these things, Coach has handed me his headset to wear, and hopefully that will make life a little bit easier. We just have to remember to tell Coach to shout when he wants to chime in, and we'll be all good. Please let us know if this is a little better. MSOE is really holding the defensive line here. We did capture for about 20% there, as you can see up on the screen. Really just jammed up in the doorway here tonight. We need to get out of the door here, folks. If one route isn't working, go the other way. Squish Cat throws out Reaper's ultimate. CEO of Anarchy falls off the map into a hole. Premier Rank busts out his own Reaper ulti. Tail Spear does pick up Premier Rank, though, and that is team cleared and the objective secured by MSOE. First capture point goes to the Raiders. But there is a decent amount of stuff yet to do. While that's happening, we're going to switch back over to here, match results, start match, and we want to be in game 1, and score is 1-0 right now, and that does not update on that overlay, does it? I always forget that that overlay does not care about that score. The Smash Brothers one does, but not this one. All right, next capture point is going to be in the middle here of the temple. Our Ripon Redhawks are coming in from the left, MSOE Raiders from the right, and they're going to clash in the middle. That control point will unlock in 10 seconds here. CEO of Anarchy goes down quick. Pongaday's down. Premier Rank Cheese. Biskies is the only one left. Needs to back out. Raiders are going to get the chance to capture first. They didn't leave anybody behind. Nope, there we go. Now they're actually capturing the point. And they have point B now. Let's back out over to here. Everybody's coming up and over, trying to come in on the high ground from the balcony here. There is turret down that is lost. And just a reminder, the numbers that you see up next to the character portraits that are slowly climbing as the action happens are the buildup of their ultimate abilities. Each character has a unique ultimate. Sometimes it helps put down damage. Sometimes it helps support other characters. Resurrect characters who have died, all that kind of fun stuff. But as soon as they are full, you will see they turn into a check mark, like over on Bisky's portrait there. And when they use it, it will change into the icon of the power, like you just saw Bisky's and Potato Persons do. And then it'll all start over. 60% here, MSOE on control point B. Redhawks need to do some work to clear folks out. We've got a Reaper in the back line. Backline annoyances have been a problem for us so far this season, Coach.
Yeah, it's something that we talked about last week at the end of our match, both in our preseason match and our first week competition. The Reaper has been able to sneak past us, and we worked on comms and call outs. So hopefully, we're not having history repeat itself and can make an adjustment. But right now, that is our weak point.
For sure. Coming up on 95% captured. If we can get on the point and contest, we can throw it to overtime and not allow the point right away. But Pongade is the only one left, and he's going to have to clear out. He's not going to be able to hold it. Overtime will tick down before the squad can get back, and that is 2 capture points of 3. The map is won by MSOE JV, but we are not done yet. That will be game 1. So we will move on to game 2. All right. Not the start that we were looking for here in the nest tonight, but we just need to rally up and get on point here. We will wait and see what map comes up next here. We do have at least 2 more games this evening minimum, but we couldn't take it all the way to 5. We want to thank everybody once again for dropping in to check out Wisconsin Esports Conference Esport action here with the Ripon College Redhawks. Coach is going to head in and do a little bit of work with the squad. And I would love to tell you who our next match is in either of our titles that we're playing in, Smash Brothers or Overwatch, but I can't. The league right now, I'm sorry, the conference right now, I should say, does Swiss matchmaking. So basically, we came into this week as 1-0. We were put up against another 1-0 team here in Overwatch. Last night, we came in, we came in at 0-1. Let me correct myself there. So we were facing another 0-1 team. Last night, we were coming in 1-0 in Smash Brothers and faced another 1-0 team. The idea being if teams of similar standings are facing each other, we should have more exciting matches. That's a great idea. The problem is it takes time to figure out who to put who against. So we don't really find out who we're playing until Monday morning, sometimes Monday by like noon. So always pay attention to our socials. Our Instagram account is the number one account that we update for who we're playing and confirming match times, or like for this evening, updating those socials to say, hey, we got asked to move a match. We're going to move it over to this new date and time. This is when to come check us out. That is really where we're at right now. For anyone who did not catch last night's Super Smash Brothers stream, it was fantastic. We won. We are undefeated here as of week 2 in Smash Brothers and looking to keep that rolling. And looks like
We are just waiting for final confirmation here on stage. It looks like it's going to be Colassio, which will be. I don't even know if I just said that right. I'm losing my mind. Going to be a push map is what we're looking at. And gotta move my stuff around. Match progress, Overwatch. There we go. All right, so you can see we look to be set up for push. There we go. And we are back in it. And let's go find ourselves a robot. There he is. As we like to do here, we're going to explain this map and what the game mode is. This game mode is called Push. And in it, both teams will try and take control of our friendly robot here in the middle of the map. And if we take control of the robot, he will run over to this barricade and he will start pushing it down the road. If he pushes it all the way to here and captures the first point, the Red Hawks will have their spawn point moved up over into this area so they can spawn closer to where they want to be. And the final objective is all the way around the corner to this point. And if they make it to that point, they win the map. Pretty straightforward. Try to keep it pretty straightforward. MSOE is going to be coming out of that side. Our Red Hawks are coming out of the other. We're going to head back over to the robot in the middle and wait for the action to kick off. I am going to actually, you know what? Let's do this. Where is Biskies? There we go. We're going to jump on with Biskies, who is playing DPS instead of support right now. Let me look at things. CEO of Anarchy is on support. Premier Rank is on tank. Cheese is on support. And Pongade Jr. and Biskies are on DPS. This is a shift in the squad composition that we have been talking about for a little while here. And we will see if it makes the difference for this or for this game, and hopefully the rest of the match. Tailspear and Blix down. Biskies goes down from Potato Person. Potato Person taking a lot of damage there, though. Needs to back out with support or is going to be down. We are getting that barricade pushed forward. Squad is moving well. Quite honestly, I just have to admit that we're really good at push maps, and control point maps seem to be an issue. Yep. We did experience that in it was the preseason match, wasn't it, with the Ilios map, which had one control point is in a room on basically the edge of the map, and we were having some very difficult times trying to gain any amount of control there. MSOE pushing forward. Red Hawks trying to set up with the high ground. Need to get Potato Person dealt with. And who's Bastion? That was Squish Cat throwing out Bastion's ultimate. Does manage to pick up Cheese. Potato Person with help picks up Biskies. And MSOE has matched our distance of barricade pushed and gone beyond. Tailspear and Potato Person getting right up on spawn with Rebels backing them up. I mean, honestly, this is a solid tactic because it's just more time with the barricade. They do get capture point 1. Robot will take a little breather, do a little bit of stretching, and then he will start moving again. Biskies Premier Rank and Pongade Jr. running down Rebel 5611. Potato Person also down. They're going to work on cleaning up the Bastion and the Genji. That's who I'm like, who else is over there? But they don't have to do much because they have run off to rejoin with their teammates. Robot on the jog back over to our blue barricade. A little bit of fighting through the available lanes here. Oh, there is the ultimate out of Potato Person. Robot is contested, doesn't know who he wants to go home with. CEO of Anarchy is down. Cheese and Biscuits both have ultimates ready to roll. Premier Rank has used an ultimate. That is that big glowy gun on Premier Rank's arm there. I believe Pongade also busted out a ultimate there. We've got Rebel 5611 hanging out in the side room, but we are on the move with the barricade. Got 6 minutes left in this game in order to either push it further than the other team or put it in the final control point. I'm going to fly up a little higher so that we can kind of see the bridge and all the action here. We are on point. Okay, let's see here. CEO of Anarchy taken down, Potato Person taken down, Blix taken down, Tailspear taken down. We are looking at 4 versus 3 right now. Robot on the move again, and we have matched MSOE for their current distance pushed. Potato Person trying to get in Pongade Jr.'s face. Tailspear coming to back him up. Pongade will back up. Rebel 5611 right behind him. Manages to bring down Pongade Jr. Premier Rank also went down. CEO of Anarchy down. Biskies is down. Everybody's down. Team wipe on Red Hawks. And the robot is going for a jog back to the other side. And who is way out front for them? Tailspear, bit out front with the Genji, but not in too much danger. Biski's trying to come around the side, get some shots on Potato Person, getting out of the way of that ultimate. Pongade Jr. has ultimate ready to go, but Premier Rank and Cheese are down right now. That is the tank and one support that we are down. Robot is contested though, so it's not pushing their barricade, which is just fine. We got 4 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the game. Biskies and CEO down from Potato Person and Co. Robot is almost back on the barricade. Tailspear caught up front alone. Really the job of the tank. Squish Cat trying to get out of the way as well with that Bastion. And Robot is back on the push, but immediately contested. Well done from Red Hawks, making sure that Robot is going any further. Pongade Jr. picks up 2 with the ulti. And Tailspear falls off the map. That is for 3 on. Biskies picks up Squish Cat as well. Going to run this robot back. The biggest thing with the push maps here, though, of course, they're spawning right where we are running to. So we're going to run into them eventually. 3.5 minutes left. Robot is contested there in the hallway of the Coliseum. That is an ultimate out from Tailspear is the red gates there. And we have a Red Hawks team wipe and Robot back on the move. Red Hawks setting back up on the bridge just outside their spawn point. Squish Cat laying down fire with the Bastion. Rebel 5611 is on the robot trying to keep it moving. Cheese coming in to try and put down some damage but also do some healing. Gets the I forget what that move is called.
Alt.
It's an alt. It's Cheese's alt. I just forget what it's called. But Cheese is down from Potato Person. And we just lost Pongade as well. It is 4 Raiders on the bot. Red Hawks are going to have to hold it in the courtyard. Potato Person getting up close and personal. Doesn't have any support. And actually, there was a change last week. Yeah. For healing in Overwatch. Basically meaning that you can no longer have a support person sit behind a damage dealer and just pump them full of health. It doesn't work that way anymore. We are right on the edge here. This is super close, and Raiders finish it out. That is game 2 going to MSOE. And leave it at that. Do the paperwork back here real quick. Squish Cat and the Bastion get the play of the game right there at the end of the match. We are 2 games to MSOE and 0 to our Redhawks at this time. Third game coming up soon. While we wait, I'm going to do one of these so that people can actually see Coach's face instead of just the side of his head. What else we got to talk about here? We talked about Summit during St. Patty's Day down in Milwaukee. We talked about last night's win for Smash Brothers. We talked about that I'm old. What else do we have to talk about while we wait for this game to get set up?
Just maybe a clarifying point too. Once we're talking about ultimates in games, those are kind of the ultimate ability, the most powerful ability. And in this game, like many others, it takes a while for that ability to charge up, and you'll see usually big swings in how the match is going based on which team has their ultimate up or has their ultimate up, how many of their players have their ultimate up, and then ultimately the timing of those. Ultimately.
Ultimately, that's right.
Yeah, this little tidbit to help out.
Yep, I'm looking at the Overwatch screen or the second screen with Overwatch up on it, and I do see it looks like Rebel 5611 is leaving the current active players list. Is being replaced by the Immortal right now. So we will see if that causes a major change for the MSOE makeup in Game 3 or not. We don't have anybody sitting on the bench tonight, do we? I just realized that. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. Ruby's here. So if we wanted to, we could. Yeah, so just like any other sport, we do have the ability to swap players out and change their positions. So yeah, that is a. What am I looking for? I just forgot word. Substitution. There we go.
Done after a round, so they cannot
There
have
you go.
some like other sports basketball. Whereas as the game's going on, you can sub players in. You have to wait until the entire round or match is over in order to make a substitution.
That is correct. So we are seeing that substitution in between games here from MSOE. And you know what? While we're waiting for them to do their thing, jump into our browser. We're going to look at the regular season and take a peek at where things sit here. It's very early in the season. This is only week 2 that's just finishing up. Tonight with our game, actually, there's 2 games tomorrow night, isn't there? Pretty sure.
Yes. You have a rescheduled.
Yes. So yeah, UW Superior, UW Milwaukee are playing tomorrow night. They are both currently tied at 16th place. I'm gonna jump back over here. Blizzard World is our next up. The other scheduled game for tomorrow is UW Stout JV versus WCTC Varsity. Those two are tied at 6th currently. Going into tonight, your Ripon Redhawks are actually 15 15th out of 21 in the standings here. UW Stout Blue Devils varsity, along with UW Whitewater Warhawks varsity, and the MSOE Raiders varsity. So not the MSOE we're playing tonight, but their varsity squad are currently all tied for first place in Overwatch. We will go over the Smash standings here in a moment, but first we're going to get into Blizzard World and this hybrid game mode. First up, we need to capture the point, or in our case, actually, I believe we were defending, not attacking at the moment. Our capture point right here, and then there will be an escorting of a payload onward through the map. So MSOE will be released from their confines in 3 seconds here in the Hearthstone Tavern. And they are going to be coming for Objective A, and I just realized I don't remember where I can come out of here. There we go. Oh, I hate it when I get lost in the map because I can't clip through walls in spectator mode. There we go. I found him. A little bit of flying. All right, let me look here. Premier rank is still in tank. Sea of Anarchy playing Mercies for support. Cheese is in support. Biskies with Bastion for DPS. And Pongade also playing DPS, and that is Vara? Coach is looking at me like I don't remember all the characters' names, bro. You know what? I feel you. I have the same problem. There are 34?
Yep, 6 more added this season.
Yeah. There's a lot of characters. That is 3 down from the MSO Raiders. Potato Person still hanging out on the point along with Blix, backing them up. They are in capture mode. Premier rank is going to come up and try and get in Potato Person's face. The rest of the Raider squad coming to join them. They get Premier rank out of the way, but not before he takes Blix. The Immortal joining in, and they have payload captured, which is going to be hiding in this room. And they're going to bring that out and start moving it down the map. I forget what the payload is in this one. Is the crown? It is the crown. It's somebody's crown from World of Warcraft. I don't remember whose crown it is. I should be that nerdy, but sometimes I'm just not. As we enter into the StarCraft side of the Blizzard World map, payload being moved by 3 of the Raiders right now, doing a pretty good bit of protection. Pongade is trying to get up front and lay down some fire. We're going to jump on board with Pongade right now. You can see ultimate's ready to go. Potato Person is getting healed by support from up top. Looks like, yep, Pongade decided to go after Tailspear, and the Immortal manages to get them down with assistance. Squish Cat is up next. There they go. Blix, and Pongade is going to run down Blix. There it is. And that is team clear off the payload. The payload will start moving backwards a little bit since our entire Red Hawk squad is on top of it. Here comes the MSO Raiders back again. Try and find a better spot to see things. It's a little hard with all the bridges. Go ahead and hang out right there. The Immortal goes ahead and uses Resurrection to bring Tailspear back up there as an ultimate that Mercy has available. CEO of Anarchy over on the Red Hawk squad can do the same thing. Looks like we have 4 out of 5 ultimates ready to go. CEO is down. Biskies goes ahead and uses up Bastion's ultimate, does not catch anyone, ends up going down along with Cheese to Tailspear, Squish Cat, and Co. Tailspear takes down Premier rank as well. Payload coming up to checkpoint 1. And they are on the point. 2 points up for one for the capture, one for the payload to the checkpoint from MSOE. CEO of Anarchy Premier Rank and Bisky's going down from a Doomfist ultimate there in the room. Squish Cat and Blix and Potato Person moving the payload down while we're seeing Red Hawks trying to move out from spawn. And that is capture point 2 to the left there. Squish Cat throwing out a lot of damage from that Junkrat ulti, and we have a full team wipe once again. And
all 5 ultimates going to that 5B opposing team. So
yep,
it's gonna be a hard one to stop.
yep. When you've got nothing but enemy ultis coming at you, there's not a whole heck of a lot to do other than duck, dive, dodge, and duck, or whatever it is. We are going to see payload on final point here. A little bit of contention from Pongaday. He gets staggered and back again. 2 meters to go, and MSOE has locked up round 1, but it is not over yet. They finished that with 2 minutes 32 seconds on the clock. So now we will see Red Hawks attacking. Here is how this is going to work. If the Red Hawks can move that payload all the way to the final checkpoint, we will go into a third round. And basically, it's whoever can get the payload furthest with the remaining time they have on the clock if they tie things up here. If the Red Hawks do not move that payload all the way to the final checkpoint, then the MSOE Raiders will win Game 3 and take our best of 5 match this evening. That's really all there is to say about it. I summed it up there. Aspen on the Run, thank you so much for all of your chatter here tonight. We do appreciate you hanging out with us this evening and keeping our chat lively. We are going to have MSOE in all up top here. Junkrat threw out a bear trap there, and your Red Hawks are cut loose now. Now, I was watching our Overwatch squad play this exact map Tuesday night during practice, and we were actually getting a really fantastic line of sight from the exact location that all of MSOE is currently sitting on. It does provide a really great line of sight through this gateway here in order to just start laying down fire. Now, with that change to healing I talked about earlier, where it's now not possible to out heal with a support character while one of your DPS characters is getting shot at. They basically put in a little debuff that happens if you're taking if the character's taking damage from active fire, they get a debuff so they can't be healed as quickly anymore, is basically the gist of it. So that really means that utilizing cover and things of that nature become more important. And with how fast paced the firefights are in Overwatch, that can be hard to do. You see Pongaday Jr. kind of hanging out behind the statue here as he's trying to get position on Potato Person. He did miss with that swing there. Just makes life a little bit more difficult not having the heals backing you up. So we've got 2 minutes 20 currently on the clock for the Red Hawks, and we have not touched capture point yet here. Squad is rallying up outside of the archway and should be pressing now. Squish Cat gets a heck of a shot on Premier Rank and manages to drop Premier Rank already. Potato Person and company going after Pongade Jr., removing him from this current push. Biskies and the Bastion can't get out of the way fast enough, ends up getting taken out in the room over here, and everybody gangs up on CEO of Anarchy and Lucio over there as well. The Immortal up top as Mercy flying around there. Blix, sitting back on the lower right hand of your screen, has basically got a sniper rifle throwing down shots through the gateway. Premier Rank got picked off again early in this push. We'll have to jump back in and join the rest. Biskies goes down from Squish Cat, and this is 60 seconds left to get in on this capture point. And we are not doing well here, folks. I have no other way to say it. We need some focus fire and getting these folks out of the way. I have no idea where that Squish Cat Junkrat move just went. Just kind of went everywhere. Biskies, Cheese, CEO of Anarchy, all with ultimates, needs to throw them down. Tail Spear also using one to take out Biskies, and Squish Cat takes CEO of Anarchy. 25 seconds left on the clock. Premier Rank also getting ultimate here in a moment if he can hold on to some life. Potato Person in front of Pongade. Here goes Biskies with the ultimate. We've got 10 seconds left. MSOE is backing up. Premier Rank falls out of map. CEO of Anarchy gets taken out by Tail Spear Ultimate, and that is game. MSOE JV takes the win here on game 3. We will let the play of the game roll while I take care of the paperwork. And that is going to wrap things up for us here this evening in the nest. We want to thank all of our viewers here this evening for joining us in week 2 of the Wisconsin Esports Conference for Overwatch here tonight. Coach and I are going to go and do a debrief with the Overwatch squad and talk about what we did well, what we did bad, and what we got to do in practice through the rest of the week. And we will be back, as it stands right now, next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. for more Overwatch. That'll be our next match on schedule. We do not know who we are playing yet, but we will let you know through our socials. Feel free to swing by riponredhawks.com to check out links for our socials, to our YouTube page where you can catch our VODs. We put up Ethan Sledge's 100th win video in FC26 on there. And also, you're able to check out the roster. You can put some names to gamer tags on there. We do have all our gamer tags listed with our players in the roster. And if you want to reach out to Coach and I, our information is on there too. Thank you once again for joining us this evening. All that's left to say is good luck, have fun. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.